What is the Great American Elderverse? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Mynd Immersive, MYND, is CEO and co-founder Chris Brickler. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Fred. How are you today?
Terrific. Great to meet you. You have an interesting company. Give us some background about what it is.
Yeah, we started this concept about 8 years ago. We really saw a rising crisis in dementia, and we've all had sort of cases with dementia in our families. And we started to look at virtual reality in 2015, along with sort of the clinical practices in skilled nursing, and came up with some ideas and concepts and tested those out for about 3 years. We were in an R&D mode. And then over the last 3-4 years, we've really grown the business and grown the reach and the not just the types of indications and situations we deal with older adults, but we've increased the sort of types of the ways that you can use this amazing technology to really expand the health care spectrum for these older adults.
Describe for us a little bit more in detail what it is that you're bringing into this picture.
Well, so what we've launched recently in New York City was the Great American Elderverse, right? And the Elderverse is really a transformative digital ecosystem designed to enhance the lives of these older adults using this immersive technology, using the latest advancements in AI, and certainly the latest advancements in 5G connectivity, all sort of driving towards this area of virtual connected health. We see a massive rise of population of older people in this country. Not too many people know this, but in 10 years from now, we'll have more people that are 65 or older than under 18. That's the first time that's ever happened in this society. What will that look like? Well, there'll be a lot of strain on healthcare resources. So the more tools that we can provide into the caregiving ecosystem, which is exactly where Mynd and the Great American Elderverse is really making an impact, is by giving caregivers new tools that can help with cognitive, physical, emotional, spiritual, behavioral health outcomes. So we're super excited about the impact that the technology is already having and will have for the next 10 years.
Well, you're partnering with some really well-known tech names and others to create this new experience. Tell us more about who's involved.
Yeah, we've got a great ecosystem of partners that we've been working with for a couple of years to culminate to this level. I'm very excited about, but AT&T having the largest 5G network in the country allows us to serve a lot more customers with real-time data. This is really important as well from the safety and security point of view of patient information and things along those lines. The 5G connectivity is a real important cog in the wheel here for us. We also partner with HTC Vive, who together we've ushered in the lightest weight immersive glasses that this industry has ever seen. So when we think about the commercial units that are out there on the market that primarily serve teenage gaming applications, we've created with HTC an immersive glass set that's 189 grams, and it is less than a cup of coffee. So an older person now doesn't have to put on a big unit with straps. We can have a very simple unit, lightweight unit that's stunning in visual clarity and stunning in audio, spatial audio. We also partner with Netgear, who's a 5G router and endpoint company, and they've really stepped up their involvement in this project with the Elderverse. And then finally, we've got Select Rehabilitation, which is the largest contract therapy company in the United States, taking care of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of seniors every day through occupational therapies and physical therapies, speech and language therapies. They've been a major contributor into this ecosystem by providing clinical leadership and knowledge about where VR can really move the needle from a healthcare point of view. So it's quite an interesting bunch. Couldn't be more excited. And then to sort of tie all that into a bow, we partnered with the Consumer Technology Association, the foundation, which is the nonprofit, which is now providing an on-ramp for large donors and family offices and philanthropic organizations to to be able to support this movement. And really, what I'm most excited about, Fred, probably is, we've had a lot of success serving the higher social economic status, in our culture across the United States. But this program really gives us the first chance in a very large way to reach, more underserved, lesser income, lesser fortunate seniors that might not otherwise have the opportunity to have this technology. So that coalition I mentioned is really, the nuts and bolts behind this major movement called the Great American Elderverse.
Terrific. So describe for us, step us through how this rolls out and the response you get from older adults or in living facilities.
Yes, well, the response is unbelievable. It's the most captive technology that we've seen from a media point of view, period. This particular older generation of people, they've adopted everything from FM radio to color television to personal computers to emails, AOL days, to social media, to smartphones, and now they are adopting virtual reality, or what we call spatial computing. And it's a really beautiful thing, because what it does is it really lifts that senior out of their four walls. And when you go through the aging process, as we all know, you can become less mobile, and there can be more cognitive issues that might affect your daily life. And what this technology does is it allows us to pull that person and lift them out of their four walls of their existence. And take them to a different place, a different time, a different energy, a different connection, or a reconnection in many cases, where we'll bring in live music or trips to museums or trips to the International Space Station or swimming with dolphins or whatever the experience might be, which is absolutely limitless. What we find so exciting about this is lifting them out of the four walls of their environment into what we call the fifth quadrant, which is where we reconnect their consciousness with all of these amazing energies and connections that they might feel like they're losing a little bit during this aging process.
Interesting. So tell us where you take it from here and where it is today and where it's going.
Well, we've been in R&D for the last 7 years. It's a technology with enormous potential, but we've also, in parallel to the technology development, had our clinical teams working very closely with some of the top researchers in the world, most notably Jeremy Bailenson at Stanford, which we published a study earlier this year together, where Stanford used the product to test with 250 seniors across 17 states. It was a really, really big study with phenomenal results that talked to situations like it's not just 1, 2, or 3 of the seniors thought that this technology was beneficial to their relationship with their caregiver, but 9 out of 10. 8 out of the 10 seniors that did this study said that it made them feel more positive about their day. So, when we think about mental health and we think about all the things that sort of are under the mental health umbrella, we see this technology really making a dent over the future across cognitive health, behavioral health, emotional health, spiritual health, and certainly physical health, with all the different tools that we're bringing in to help people recover from shoulder rehabilitations to any type of physical rehab. This is a great tool, and we see that as a big future for this industry.
So are you getting governments involved in helping to roll this out, or talking with the private living facilities? How does this happen?
Yeah, all the above. Good question, Fred. We accepted the largest grant that we've ever heard of with the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services to put our systems into 35 senior living communities across my home state of Indiana. In that 1 year long process, we also collected the most amount of data per the requirements that CMS wanted to see. So when we think about government getting into when we think about regulatory of this particular technology, there's an incredible appetite that we're starting to see. We've got our first CPT codes developed by the American Medical Association that are in a testing phase right now. So we see a lot of movement and just a general thawing out of the regulatory environment that I think is going to pave the way for these next generation of digital therapeutics. They're just proving to be so impactful across that spectrum of healthcare. And that's a big part of what we focus on is the regulatory piece that's matching all of the research along with that.
Just terrific. For more information, where can people go?
So folks can go to mindimmersive.com, and that's spelled MYND, immersive.com.
Just terrific. Chris Brickler, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you, Fred. I appreciate the time.